I would say to keep uh keep that passion for all the detail, because the one thing that I find that the really amazing cosplayers do is they pick up on like all the really subtle little details that went as a costume designer. I'm like,
Hi, Christine, greetings from Bogota, from Colombia. How are you?
"Hi, good. How are you? Nice to meet you here."
Great. Nice to meet you too, Christine. And the first question is about this big, awesome space suit that we saw in Loki. This heavy and with this big holes in the back. How was it make this suit, and it's all functional, or maybe does it has any CGI? Maybe what we see in the series.
Well, first off, thank you for realizing how difficult that costume, was to what a challenge it was to make something that cumbersome. Um, it is mainly a practical suit, and it was really important that we tried to uh, make it work practically. So there's a lot of engineering involved in making something look that big. And I had no idea the challenge of trying to make something look that big on camera and yet, and be cumbersome to the actor, but yet that they can still walk around in it. So it became a very a modular design that also has a lot of practicality to it for heat and all of that stuff. So like the arms come off, and the legs, it separates into different pieces, but that allows you to have the scale of the suit. But it was so fun to make. And then actually the interior that you see when you see the suit eroding and you see that sort of metallic interior, that is based in like a 1950s scuba suit, like an old diving suit.
This big suit with this big hole in your head. And the other question, Christine, is about the how has Loki evolved and Sylvie evolved. We can see that evolution in their suits. I mean, Loki, his tie, and he is with the sleeves up, and when he has to run in the TVA, Loki with his coat. I love that coat of Sylvie. How did you describe this evolution of the suits of these two characters?
I like to think of the evolution as sort of mirroring what's happening in the story of for all the characters in season 2, which is that everybody is wrestling. You're seeing more of their internal life, and you're learning more about where they live outside of the TVA. So the transition and where their heart sits. So the transition became to, like, for Sylvie, was to to make her look like she was still that she was seeking a normal life, and to try to strike a balance between something still heroic yet humble. And I think that is kind of a theme that went into season 2 with Tom as well, which is how do we how you're taking off some of the armor, and you're getting to see more of the internal process of these characters as, their relationships with others and themselves as they're questioning those relationships. So you want the
Mhm.
clothes to feel a little more grounded, and like they're starting to enter into the territory of clothes we recognize today, of just regular people, and taking a little bit of the armor out of it.
Great. One last question because I have 1 minute left. There's a lot of cosplayers around the world that are inspired in your work. Here in Colombia, there's a cosplayer called Kika. I don't know if you can see her work,
Oh,
uh, being
amazing.
being Loki. And I want to ask you if you have any advice for Kika and all the cosplayers around the world. You're the one who created these suits, what do you what kind of advice can you give to all the cosplayers in Colombia and in the world?
I would say to keep that passion for all the detail, because the one thing that I find that the really amazing cosplayers do is they pick up on like all the really subtle little details that went as a costume designer. I'm like, I never would think that somebody actually paid attention or could see that much detail, but I always am so impressed when I see how cosplayers can just notice a certain stitching and a way that certain things are, pick up on all those small details. And I think that that is so magical, because it makes it it's like they're diving the deep dive into the characters, and it is shown in their work. So yes, I think it's like keep paying attention to all those little details and learn how to do it. It's incredible that the craftsmanship that cosplayers have. It's like costume design is resourceful. You have to be resourceful, but the cosplayers can take that to the next level for sure. So
great, Christine. I don't have much time, but thank you very much for this minute. We love your work in Loki, and
thank you.
We will see it in season 3.
Don't know. It's a mystery. I know.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Well, we hope so too. Thank you very much, Christine. Bye. Greetings from Bogota.
Bye. Thank you.